is so wonderful to have you here. I kind of can't believe it. You are an incredible guest to get to interview, and might I say you look stunning, absolutely wonderful. If you have any advice how that kind of look can be achieved by mere mortals such as myself, then please don't hold back at all. Yeah, if you just settle yourself there, I will be taking notes. It tends to be what I do. I'll be writing down verbatim everything we discuss. Don't let it distract you. Just let yourself flow freely. Okay. First things first. Please could you please introduce yourself? Not doing that well. I might need to switch to a biro. Sorry. Tough times. Go for it. So, your name is Nalina Maria. And do you go by that day to day? Yes, sorry, of course you do. It's a beautiful name. And you are the first fairy of the domain of the kitchen. Miraculous, incredible, fascinating. Never heard an epithet like it. You are 800 years old, and you look incredible, by the way. What was your favourite decade? Really, the 1890s. So, you can tell me about it later. Okay, I've overseen billions of the 1890s was a joke. Obviously it wouldn't be that. Sorry, I wasn't there for that bit. Must be a context thing. Okay, sorry. But you were saying you've overseen billions of meals. Meals, conversations, and cheesy kitchen waltzes. That's lovely. Is that a sort of timeless thing then? Yeah, wow. Okay, and you also hold the titles of Chief, should I capitalise these? Yeah. Chief Recorder, Player of the International Congress of Fairies. And third, baton of the Celestial March of Spring. I once met the fifth baton, you know. Oh, I already thought. Sorry, I thought I was making a funny joke. Anyway, let's just delve back down to the mundane a little bit. So could you tell me, how did you get here today? How does the first fairy of the domain of the kitchen make it to my office? Okay, a hop, skip, whirl, and whim. Is that figurative? No, very literal. Yeah, it's just like, okay, I see what you mean. It's just a different way of being, isn't it? Speaking of which, how did you come to be the first fairy of pre-existing fairies. Pre-existing fairies of domestic mythologies. And through close, attentive study of human cultural practice, you developed into a fully fledged fairy. Amazing. As he developed, so too did human culinary endeavor, and the sophistication of the kitchen space. And this doesn't have to be a domestic kitchen. You say it can be a commercial kitchen, it can be a barbecue, it can be a fire pit, anywhere where we're preparing food. So the other thing that your name makes me curious about is, are there other fairies of the kitchen domain? Being that you're the first, that's clear in the title. Yes, there are, in fact, 7. I mean, obvious next question. What are your favourite meals or foodstuffs, if you'd rather do it that way? Yeah. Okay. You like marzipan? That's interesting. I'd kind of think of that as like a classic fairy food, like a button cake. Anything with chilies of any kind, or turmeric. You love turmeric, like powder. Sugared almonds. Yeah, of course. Olive, banana, amazing choice. Cream custard. And sherry. Trifle. Okay, and you like boiled, candied sweets if they are pink, you say, okay. You are currently working through an amazing vegan cookbook gifted by your number 2 in the kitchen to me. That's very sweet. So I'm just turning over the page with our discussions. Just check my notes for all the questions I'm going to answer. Yeah. So, broadening the domain a little bit from foods, I'm just thinking as an outsider and observer, what is your favourite thing about humanity? Yeah, just a little trivial little question there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's great. You think we are cute? I think you're cute too. You think we're cute when we do little hops, do we, of excitement? I mean, I guess you're watching us when we're in our kitchen, so not watching, experiencing. You like when we do little hops of excitement, or glide our hands together, together to express approval. Okay, sort of like clapping, whilst clapping. I suppose it's colliding our hands together in approval, as you say. It's just the word for it. And you are proud of what we have achieved. You're proud of what we've achieved, particularly in the last few decades with cake icing. Yeah, it's gone a long way. Okay, next question. Which human meals surprise you? Which human meals surprise you? That came a very, very quick response. You could have been thinking about this. Right, deep pan pizza. What has it done to you? Okay, I see. So we came up friend's wedding. So would you normally be kind of involved when we come up with something new? Would you normally be kind of having a bit of influence? Okay, I see. No, I'm not prying on the process. I'm just trying to clarify that was, that was surprising. So it's not the band pizza itself, it's just where did that come from? It's spontaneous, that's truly ours. Of course, no, I understand that you're the manifestation of all the care and attention we've ever paid in the kitchen, so you are as we are. Also, wasabi in a paste form. Yeah. You expected us to use it as a powder. Expected to use it as a powder, but we started making paste when you were again distracted. Gosh, when you were distracted playing cards with the great fairy of sand dunes. What is your least, sorry, did you bet? What's your least favourite thing about humanity? Another little, silly little, neat little question. Yeah, valid. The unequal societies, we seem unable to move beyond. No, we are able in the not too distant future. And also those of us who leave drawers. We leave drawers or cupboards open and then leave the kitchen. Yeah, I can see why that would irk you. That makes sense to me. Yeah, no, feel free to have some water whenever you like. What I was going to ask next is, what is something dance,